What we're gonna do is we're gonna press record on Zoom, so you're gonna hear this thing, and yeah. So we're here today with the unstoppable. What we're gonna do is we're gonna press record with the unstoppable Rachel.
Good morning.
And Carlos, good morning, Rachel. How are you?
I'm doing good. Did you have a good week?
Yes, always. It's always a good week. It's a blessing to be above the ground.
That's right. Yes, it is. You and I are grateful every day. We both have had our near-death experiences, so we get up and every day we go. We're just happy to be here today.
Yeah, we sometimes forget to be grateful.
Yeah. That's a path you and I always stay on. You know, that's something that we don't take anything for granted. We don't take anybody for granted. And we choose to try to teach people in this world what an attitude of gratitude does versus an attitude of entitlement. So we try very hard to teach that message.
Yeah.
And that's what opens doors for people, right? An attitude of gratitude, people who are respectful, people who are kind. That's what opens the doors. It opens the doors for business. I can't begin to explain that. It opens the doors for business. You know, we look for people who have manners. We look for people who have etiquette. You know, we publicly endorse people. Why? Because they're kind and they are respectful.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that. Look, this is an interview that we've been wanting to do for a long time. And Rachel and I have been connected for a long time as well. And we say, what are we going to talk about? And then we have these random conversations. We have so much fun. And we said, you know what, let's freestyle, but let's talk about what it takes to be successful. And we both have a lot of things that we've overcome and have in the past, and we've done the things, we've walked the walk, we've talked the talk, yes. And still haven't figured it out. So it's like, okay, so there's all these people that out there wondering what they need to do. And one of the things that came for me that I learned this year is the most important question is, who do I need to be? What do I need to become? Which is what you said, you know, like, you don't need to do more things. You need to be more grateful. You need to be more empathetic. You need to be more social. You need to be, so when you start learning these things and being grateful, and it's a big one, you know, like if you're not grateful with what you have right now, what makes you think that you'll be happy with more?
That's right, Carlos, you're absolutely correct. And so we choose that path of gratitude. We choose to light up the other souls who need the help, right? We make that conscious choice every day to come from a path of selfless behavior. Then we try to teach people what happens when they become a selfless human being. What happens is, one, they're going to get a lot more support. They're going to realize that to get everything done in the business world, it's about the support. It's about how you and I can open doors for them. It's everything. And what people are truly missing right now when it comes to success is everybody wants a quick fix, right? They want it to happen overnight. They're just like, okay, I've been here for a day. It's going to work overnight. No, you have to do the work that's necessary. And then you have to keep doing the work. Yeah. Are there days that you and I are exhausted? Absolutely. Is our lives perfect? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Does it mean that we're going to quit? No. Because we hold on to what our purpose is, what our why is. We hold on to that fire that's inside us. And we don't let anybody extinguish that fire inside of us. We make that choice. We say, okay, you're not necessarily a good fit for me. So I need to, move on. And as much as you and I can motivate other people, a big part of it is that intrinsic motivation. What is that person doing? Are they taking the initiative to get up, to do the work that is necessary?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the topic of today was what it takes to be successful. And today I was talking to my clients yesterday, and it is easier than ever to start a business and to start something online because it requires minimal investment, sometimes nothing at all. But it's also very easy to quit because the things that they don't require skin in the game to get started, you know, it's easy to stop doing them. And so what would you say that is the most important element for anyone to become successful at anything they want to undertake?
Surround yourself with the right people. That is everything. Surround yourself with the people who are going to encourage you, who are going to level you up. You and I are very clear who we surround ourselves with. We know the importance of it. We learn from our network. Have a humble personality. No one becomes successful on their own. That's not how it happens. We all have people who have our back. We all have people who, we're going to push for to become successful. So that's really what it comes down to. We don't waver on who we surround ourselves with. We know the importance of it. We know that people can either take you forward in life or take you back. So we choose to surround ourselves with the people who are going to take us forward. And then as we go forward, we take everybody else with us. Like, we're very, very clear about that. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. That's very important. That's like this is definitely one of the key elements of success. You cannot do anything alone. And I remember this speech from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was saying, like, I haven't done this alone. Like he's accomplished. He's one of the most accomplished persons that we know, and we've done like crazy things. And you would think that that he was very proud of himself. And he said, well, no, I couldn't have done that without help. And sometimes we don't realize who are these people, but the people that support you, the people that engage in your content online, the people that that are there when you need them. Like, you have been like one of the greatest supporters of mine, not only business wise but personal wise.
It goes vice versa, man. I'm very clear, Carlos, who my real friends are. I know who they are. And that's important. As you're going through and you're climbing, going through success, you're going to start realizing who your real friends are, who's looking at you from an opportunistic point of view. Be very, very careful about that. Like, and you and I know that. We have our eyes open. We know what a real friendship is. And those are the people, let me explain that. Those are the people who believed in you in the very beginning of your journey. When you started, and let's say you had like 10 followers and you in the beginning, and those people were loyal you to the beginning, and they'll still be with you wherever you are in the journey. But those are the real people, right? I had a couple of people who believed in me when I just started out. I'm forever grateful for them. I'm always loyal to them. So that's what people need to ask themselves. Are that person who gave you a chance in life, like, do you appreciate them? Are you grateful for them? I've had multiple people in my life who opened doors to me. And I'm forever grateful for them. They took a chance on me when no one knew who I was. And those are the people that I hold in my heart. One of them has passed away, and I think about him a lot. When I was a photographer, he gave me my first show in Fort Lauderdale, and I did another show with him. And he said, what, come down. And I did an art show with him and other artists, and I ended up doing more art shows across the US. But he believed in me and said, what, Rachel, I'm going to give you that chance. I submitted my photography. He liked it. And he goes, I believe in supporting artists in the beginning of their journey. Those are the people that change your life.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes You don't need like an angel investor. You don't need someone doing big things for you, but it's the little things that make a big difference. That's so true. And talking about success and talking about the online world, what do you think, especially online, apart from surrounding yourself from the right people, what do you think when you're building an online business, whatever there is, coaching or consulting or whatever there is? What is the biggest element that makes the difference between the ones that succeed and the ones that don't?
The givers who give back. Because I can always tell like every single day who is the genuine person. So if there's a person that's out there all the time, like just for themselves, that support, what ends up happening is that support that they used to have goes away.
Yeah.
If they are a genuine person, right? And they're out there, and they're out there trying to help this world, then yeah, they're going to get that support. They're going to get that support back. Why? Because they really are genuine souls. They truly are. And that makes the difference. Do you want me to get my dog? It's real life. I can pick up my dog if you want. It's real life.
You need to on the interviews. That's cute. That's cute, by the way. Yeah, look, one of the things that's it's the givers, and when you're thinking, what is there for me to take?
Mm-hmm.
You're putting into your business the wrong energy. And what happened to me, and that's a tangible example. When I started my business, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do what I enjoy doing, and I'm gonna see how I can serve people, and I'm gonna give myself time to fail. And my business skyrocketed, went from zero to multiple, to thousands of dollars, which to me was mind blowing in weeks, and I was blown away. And then something happened, and it was my mindset, and it took me months to realize that. And what happened is like, okay, so now that I've made all this money, I need to make more. And instead of I need to help more people and let's see how I can add more value, what I was thinking is how can I make more? And then what happened, it's very interesting because I would not be able to get people on the phone to talk to me. I would get people on the phone to talk to me, and they would block me after a call because I was more focused on what I was going to get out of that instead of thinking, how can I give, or how can I help, or what can I give? And this happens all along the journey if you're not very careful, because at some points you might be lacking, you might feel, oh, well, I'm not getting enough clients this month. I'm not making as much as the previous one. And then there's a subtle shift in your mindset that it points you towards the wrong direction. And it is me. And when you're selfish and when you're trying to look after yourself before anyone else, then you put into your business the wrong energy, and people perceive that. And no one wants to work with someone who the only thing they want is to sell you.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing, because that was very deep and personal. So thank you for sharing that. I always ask people, when I did it with you, like when you and I met, we've known each other almost 2 years now or more, and it's been some time, and we're going to see each other in Spain. That's going to happen. So one of the things that I always ask people is, what can I do for you today? How can I help you? And I always ask that from my heart, because I know that, people are always going to come hard at you and me. That's what happens, right? They come hard, and we know that, they need our help, and we do the best we can to help people. Some things are out of our capacity, and that's something people don't realize. It's like, well, I'm like, sorry, that's out of my capacity. That's something that I can't do. But to actually truly, when I'm in a meeting, I'm like, at the end of the meeting, well, what can I do for you today? What do you need? And it's very rare, I can tell you this, because it's very, very rare that people always are dead silent, and they look at me and they go, she just asked me what she can do for me.
Yeah, we are not used to that, because we're used that people are just thinking about themselves. And I think that's changing, and it needs to change. And I'm going to explain another story about someone in Australia, which I connected with very randomly, and I connected with him. We had a quick phone call. I love him. He's like, you know what, Carlos, I'm going to send my book. And he sends me his book from all the way from Australia to Cyprus. And I'm like, wow, I was blown away. And he sends me the book, and the book, after a few weeks, gets to my mailbox. And on this same day, I know that the book is in the mailbox. I need to go and pick it up. And I'm talking to someone on LinkedIn, and this someone says, you know, Carlos, I think you need to connect to Ralph. I'm like, hang on a second, what Ralph are you talking about? Oh, Ralph from Australia, Ralph and Anya. I'm like, no way, this guy, I've got a book from him in my mailbox. I need to go pick it up. And I'm like, you know what? I need to explore this connection. That's the universe, God telling me you need to talk to this person. So anyway, I talked to Ralph. Ralph's someone who's built like multiple multi-million-dollar businesses. He is way ahead of where I am. And we're talking, and then at the end of the call, he did two things. The first one is like, Carlos, can I pray for you? I'm saying, yes, thank you. So he prayed for me. And the second thing he did is like, how can I help you out? How can I support you? And I said, Ralph, you know what? I think I'm not at a stage where I can hire you or use your services. I wish I was, because I love what you're doing. It's so inspiring, but I can. And he said, Carlos, forget about that. I'm inspired by changing people's lives, and I'm not asking you to hire me.
Yeah.
I'm just offering you help from my heart, because if I can bring to help you out, that's gonna make me happy. And I was like, wow. Okay.
And it was genuine, right? Like you felt
Genuine.
It was genuine, and it is so shocking to me when people will send me a message and go, you know, or they'll send me a text, right? And they'll say, you know, Rich, how can I help you today? You do that. You do that all the time. You check in, you're like, Rich, how are you doing today? Like, is today a good day? And I'm like, you know, and that means so much to me. Like, people right now, since this pandemic, are struggling. They're hurting. They're dealing with really serious issues in our lives. And you and I come from this place of like being an empathetic human being. It's not that difficult. And especially when it comes to business now, people need it. I mean, they need it. It doesn't, no matter how successful people are, and you know that I interview some of the most successful people in this world, it doesn't matter. People are still struggling right now. They're battling their own issues. They're battling, you know, just so much, and they're overwhelmed. And, you know, we're asking people not to push people past their point. We're asking people to protect people's mental health. And we try very hard to say that. Like, what are you doing? Are you helping somebody's mental health right now? And that is crucial. And you and I use our voice for it. We use our voice, and we check in with people. How are you doing today? You know, you have no clue what's going on in somebody's life right now. So, you know, you and I do it daily. I'm like, Carlos, you having a good day today? What's going on? You know, and that's part of us as human beings and our friendship, to say, no matter what's going on in your world today, I want you to know I'm thinking about you, and how are you doing today? And not enough people do that.
No, not like, honestly, like there's very few people that do that. And it doesn't cost any money, and it making a difference in someone's life. Yeah, we definitely need, like, COVID has taught us a few things, and one of them, I think it's been like the needs that we have to communicate and to engage with other humans. At the same time that it's shown us how much we need internet to be able to do that. We were, and we still are, a little bit disconnected from each other, and there's this disconnection that doesn't help our personal relationships and doesn't help businesses. And businesses, like most of the businesses, are based online and coaching and consulting, and what we're doing we are communicating with people, and sometimes we forget that it's other people that we're talking to, and we feel like we send a message and this message goes into another person. and we forget to be human, and we are behaving like robots, or in ways that we're not gonna connect. You want to base the success of your business on the relationships that you build, and these relationships need to be taken care of from a place
It's
of
crucial. It's crucial, Carlos, right?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Rachel, what are you working on at the moment that we can share with our networks of unstoppables?
I'm truly trying, Carlos, to blanket this world with love and kindness. I'm trying to light up the other souls that are doing this work and highlighting them and supporting. You see I'm on your post every day, like because I want your voice to be even louder. I want people to hear it. I love that you're honest. I love that you share your truth and you're like, today's not a good day, or I went through this today. That
Yeah.
takes a lot. You know what? It takes a lot of courage to do that. People forget that it takes courage to be vulnerable on social media. They forget that you and I are real human beings. And we're trying to teach that. We're trying to say behind all the screens that we're sitting in front of right now, that we're real human beings with a heartbeat and a soul. And then we get up and we make that conscious choice to light the other candles in this world, to help those souls that are truly hurting right now. And it's a choice. Some people choose to go that path, some people don't. You and I walk on the same path.
That's true. That's true. Great. So, well, guys, if you're watching that on YouTube, I'm going to drop the links here so you can reach out to Rachel. Where is the best place to find you?
And thank you. That was very sweet of you. People can find me on LinkedIn, and that was very kind of you. Thank you.
You're the LinkedIn master. Yeah.
That's where you can find me. And
Yeah.
we're going to keep doing this. I'm going to have you on my show, and we're going to keep talking about this, and we're going to talk about the importance of business and that the relationships are everything, and how one wrong decision could affect your whole future.
Yeah.
I'm huge on first impressions. That's everything to me. So it's kind of like that first impression to me is everything. So we'll talk about it, and we're going to talk about what it takes to do what we do every single day.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I'll look forward to it.
Me too.
I look forward to it. All right. It's been almost 30 minutes. So we're gonna wrap it up here. And Rachel, it's Friday today. Thank God it's Friday.
Happy Friday.
We're gonna have a great weekend, and we're gonna meet online very soon.
Yes, we will. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you everybody who took the time to watch Carlos and me. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon.